Hi guys, so you're welcome back to my channel. Nobody actually cares about anybody. People don't care about anybody. So but the matter is actually now worse if you're always poorly dressed. Like everybody will surely want to take account on you. Even Agbiru will want to insult you. My name is Adebanke. You can call me the real Banke. So today I am going to be talking about why you should always look your best every day. Why you should try to look your best every single time before you get defensive that and the way you dress does not really matter. It is your intelligence and other qualities that you have that are inbuilt that matters much more than physical appearances and how you look. Just hear my points first, because okay, let me just get into it. For your own happiness, okay, hear me out. You too, you agree with me that dressing well is actually a confidence boost. It is a self-esteem boost. When you're properly dressed, when you're well dressed, when people compliment what you're wearing, you feel more confident. You feel like you can take over the world. You feel like you can actually sit anywhere. You feel like you can talk to anybody because they've told you that you actually look really good. So you are more confident, you are more outspoken, you are more free. You don't feel the need to constantly adjust what you're wearing, or the need to constantly look down at yourself to make sure that what you're wearing is still staying where you put it. But you already know you look good, and then all your attention is not going to be on trying to adjust your clothes. Imagine you feeling unnecessarily humble because you feel like you're not well dressed for a particular occasion, or you get to a place and feel like you are the most underdressed person in that place. Nah, you really don't want to go out feeling like that. Okay, also, your dressing is actually going to open doors for you. Okay, like dressing well is a productivity boost. Let's say you wake up in the morning and instead of just continuing to lie down on bed, you get dressed, you go outside, you see that everybody is complimenting you for your dressing. It actually boosts your confidence because the energy you put into getting ready like that, it can actually be reciprocated. It can actually be used in other parts of your life as well. It's a productivity increasing drug. That's a secret I am giving you, right? Some people actually get noticed simply because of their dressing. Some people actually get noticed simply because of what they were wearing on a particular day. Like there are some people that I got to know on social media because they dress well. People like Dinola Gray, which I noticed solely because he dresses well, solely because he never misses. He dresses well every single time. And then let's say for instance you are in a place and they have to choose between two people, and then they've already looked at everything, and then the last thing they are considering now is let's check the dressing. Nobody will pick a poorly dressed person over a person that is well dressed, considering the fact that it is not only the dressing they are looking at. They've already checked all the other gauges, and then they realize that okay, they are both on the same scale, and then they now have to pick based on another criteria, which is the dressing. No one will pick a poorly dressed person over a well dressed person. I mean it. And by poorly dressed, don't get me wrong, it is not about how much you bought that clothes, or how much what you're wearing cost. It is rather based on how you wear it, how you blend it, how the tone looks, how the color blends on your body. Some people can buy a gown for 200 naira, and the way they wear it, you would think it is more than that price. And someone is wearing a gown that is worth 15k, and then you're feeling like, what the hell are you wearing? So it is all about the attitude. Okay, my next point, respect. Normally nobody actually cares about anybody. People don't care about anybody. So but the matter is actually now worse if you're always poorly dressed. Like everybody will surely want to take account on you. Even Agbiru will want to insult you. I'm not saying your dressing is majorly because you want to get respect from people. I'm just saying that okay, normally people tend to be rude naturally to someone they don't know, but it's just basically worse when you're poorly dressed, because okay, people don't actually know whether you are a big man, a big woman or not. They don't know whether you're wealthy or not. They don't know maybe you're rich or not. They don't know your social class. They don't know the category you belong to. But you just tend to attract a lot of rude comments to yourself from people just because you're not well dressed. So there are times that you just actually need to check in on what you're wearing every single time. For example, you know that people tend to be more cautious of people that are well dressed. Let's say you go to a bank and then you're wearing suits, properly dressed, ironed, everything is looking crispy, and then there's another person that just comes in with maybe a rumpled polo with a short. Okay, if both of you try to make a scene, it will be faster for the way they will run to the person in suits, the way they will quickly rush and try to address the situation because they don't actually know who he is, who he knows, compared to you and you're wearing your rumpled polo with shorts. They're like, this nuisance. You get. My next point is for your mental health, like for your overall mental health. Imagine you always feeling unnoticed over and over again because of the way you dress. Nobody actually notices you anywhere, like nobody talks to you. You've made yourself absolutely invisible because of the kind of things you wear. If this happens over and over again, you get used to being ignored. This kills your confidence in the long run. Then you get to some places that you're actually meant to speak up, you're supposed to speak out, you can't because of the way you allowed yourself to be treated over time. Imagine someone that has gotten used to being poorly treated every single time. So even when you're supposed to speak up for yourself that now you're not supposed to treat me like that, you can't because you've so gotten used to it that you have come to accept that that is probably the best way to treat a person. Look at if you are already used to being confident in yourself due to your dressing, where you can actually speak up for yourself in any given situation, where you can actually be able to stand out in any place without feeling like you are not good enough, then you should actually know that that could actually take you places. Like confidence is one of the top qualities of influential people. My fifth point, you don't actually know who you might run into wearing whatever you're wearing. I mean, okay, imagine you could actually run into people from your past. You could run into your mates from primary school on the day that you choose to wear your old clothes that are torn at the back because if you just quickly want to buy bread from the other side of the road, and that is the day you decide to meet your primary school mate or your secondary school mate or a friend from university or maybe someone you met during NYS. You just ran into the person and you're looking like that. Like, yeah, imagine that situation. You don't know who you might run into. Like, guys, okay, you might actually meet the love of your life just by taking a stroll in your streets, just saying, and you will actually want to make a good first impression. Like, also on a serious note, for networking purposes, okay, I was talking to someone and the person was like, there was a day that she was traveling and then she wore a particular clothes that they wrote something on about a particular NGO, and that was what started the conversation between him and someone, and that was it. That was the connection she needed. Presently she got a job through that link and she's doing very well for herself. You don't know who you might run into. You don't know what could be the start of a conversation. You don't know, maybe your good dress sense is what will attract a particular person to you and get the whole point. Next point, dress who you want to be, dress the role you want to get, dress who you want to become. Okay, you have a vision of who you want to become, so you should actually begin to dress that part. You have a vision of becoming an entrepreneur, dress the part. You have a vision of becoming a lawyer, you dress the part, you dress official. Whoever you choose that you want to become, you have a vision of becoming an actress or a model. Whoever you choose to become, you should actually begin to prophesy into it for yourself through the way you actually dress. You choose that, okay, you want to be one of the top richest people in the world, and then you are there looking like that. Nah, it shouldn't be like that. You should be properly dressed for who you want to become. And the last point is, do it for yourself, for your own confidence. Do it for who you are as a person. You should not be dressed that way because you feel some people will say one thing. No, you should do it for yourself. So we've come to the end of this particular video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe And if you're already a returning subscriber, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you for sticking around. See you.